Good morning. I think I'm live. There's like a little delay on this go live of when it says I'm live and when I'm actually live. I'm pretty sure I'm live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. I've got my latte. Give people a minute to hop on. If you are here, say hello in the comments so I know you're here and watching with me. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can say replay in the comments. And how's everybody doing this morning? Yesterday was a really activating earth energy day. Could you guys feel it? I was feeling rumblings under my feet. I got up a couple times to like look out the window and see what was going on. I was like, is there a piece of heavy machinery outside? But it was really like this constant rumbling. And then there were a couple of times where there were jolts that made me jump. So lots of action going on yesterday. So okay, well, if you're here with me live, say hi in the comments, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. And first of all, thank you to everybody who joined me on the live training last night. It was super fun. I loved all of your questions and seeing all of your faces. So my internet was very slow last night, and so it took like 3 hours to get that video, the replay, uploaded to YouTube. So I sent the email out at like 9 o'clock my time last night. So depending on where you are, it may have come in the middle of the night. So go check your email, check your spam if you don't see it. That only went to people who are registered for the training. And in that email, you also have a link to the meditation that I promised you for registering that will help you with your visualization and using your third eye for visualizations. Good morning, Rochelle. Thank you for joining me live. And yeah, so what happened though as we got into the Q&A on the training last night, a lot of the questions people were asking, I was like, oh, that's in the Earth Tenders Academy. Oh, that's in the Earth Tenders Academy too. And so I realized like there's so much stuff packed into the Earth Tenders Academy that I wanted to go through and explain exactly what's in there in case you're wondering what all's there. Hey, Danny, how's it going? So I'm going to try and do a screen share. I haven't done that before on Facebook. Oh, looks like I have to either do it before I go live or not. Nope, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, well, I had a backup plan if that was the case. So I have a piece of paper. You may have seen this before. So basically, as I've been doing this work and as I've been figuring out kind of how all these pieces work together to communicate with the spirits of the land, to do energy work with the land, to do property readings, all of these types of things, I've created a bit of a framework that helps make sense of it all and kind of how I teach it. And so all of this is what's in the Earth Tenders Academy. And I'm going to go over it really quick and then actually go through the modules in the Earth Tenders Academy and tell you what's in there. So you can see there's 3 triangles. I made this up because I like symbols, but and symbols carry frequency. So and the Earth Tenders Academy certainly carries a specific frequency. So in the 3 triangles, well, I'll hold it up. The first one is activate your light body, and that's where you're basically doing your own energy work, understanding how to work with your own energy to safely be doing this other work with other spirits. And then triangle number 2 is calibrate your compass. And that's really finding your way in the world where you live. So learning more about where you live, sinking into the land there, getting to know the spirits that are there, the players, what's happening, what's going on, and then learning about earth energies as well. And then triangle number 3 in the middle is dream a new world. And that's really about where are we going? You know, what is all of this multi-dimensional stuff anyway? And how do you, as you're learning all of these things and you're discovering your own abilities and gifts, how do you share them with the world? And how do you go to that next spot? So that's the big picture framework. All of those things are included, but I'm sorry I can't show you, but if you go to the actual Earth Tenders Academy page that I have linked at the top, and you scroll down quite a ways to where it says what will you learn, that's where the actual modules are explained. And right now you'll see when you go to that page that there is a video that's unlocked. Basically, it says preview next to it. All the rest of them are grayed out. All the rest of the buttons are grayed out and say, get rid of that, get access. But there's one that is gold and it says preview, and that's welcome to the Earth Tenders Academy. And so that's the first video in the Earth Tenders Academy that kind of explains like what to expect, what you should be ready for. And so that's unlocked right now. So you can go watch that video. I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes long. It's not a long one. So here's all the stuff that is in. Let me walk you through each of these modules. So first, there's just the welcome, and that includes that welcome video and also that meditation to channel visual information. You don't have to be clairvoyant or be able to channel visually in order to communicate. In fact, a lot of us are much more feelers. You know, we're picking up a feeling or a knowing. And so there's all kinds of ways to receive intuitive information, but learning how to see things with your third eye is just really helpful. And a lot of spirits will send messages to you as pictures. So we practice doing that in that meditation, as well as kind of, you know, practicing how to trust yourself, that the information you're getting is actually coming through. Because that's where a lot of us get stuck, is just being like, well, this happened, but I think I just made that up. So most likely you did not make it up. It really is information coming through. So once you get through that kind of welcome section, then the first module is called Sacred Sovereignty. And really, again, this is preparing our own personal energy. So there is a lesson on clearing and protecting your own personal energy, which is the basis for all of this work. There is a meditation on working with your personal energy field and how to do that. There's a video and meditation on setting the stage to work with spirit. And so that is really the method that I use. And again, these are all just like, hey, this is how I do it. But once you understand it, if you want to do it a different way, do it a different way. But sometimes you just need the help to understand how it works. So setting the stage to work with spirit is how I do that and teach that. And there's a meditation to do that. And then there is talking about keeping the energy of your home clear. Why is that important? Why do you want to do it? What energies might be hanging around? My cat is sitting next to me and meowing at me. So sorry if you hear the squeaking. She likes me to open the cabinet in my desk so she can go inside. So we talk all about clearing the energy in your home, and then there's the meditation to welcome guardian spirits, which many of you may have done already. But so that's the first module, getting yourself ready to do this work and understanding how your personal energy works. The second module is a shorter one, but it's just all about fear. I find that that's where a lot of people get stuck, is because they have some kind of fear about doing this work that can come from a variety of different places in our upbringing usually. And so we have a module talking about that. After that is exchange form for frequency. And this is where we really get into how does our vibration work? How does frequency work? How do we interact with other energies and entities? And there are 2 meditations in there as well. One to connect with the Earth's healing vibration, and one to work with working with nature for healing and manifestation. I actually did this one myself yesterday because it's a longer meditation, but it really raises your your vibration and your frequency. So that's a good one. The next module, so that's the first kind of grouping, the first triangle under activating your light body. So then moving into the next triangle of calibrate your compass, the first module is called sense your surroundings. And so there's a video in this one that's just all about being rooted into place. And we talk in here about things like learning about who was on the land you lived on well before you, and finding more of their stories so you can really understand the many layers of energies that you're going to interact with when you start doing this work. And on that module, there's a long list of suggestions about how you can get to know the place you live better, and you can go through and pick which ones you want to work on or work with. So, and then we get into the fun and exciting things of assemble your ethereal support team. This is where we're going to start talking to spirits. So we talk about getting to know the spirits of a place, greeting your ancient ancestors. Some people have a concern about, oh, I don't want to talk to my ancestors, or there's specific ancestors I don't want to talk to. That's fine. We can actually skip over the more recent ancestors, and we're looking to go back to earth honoring ancestors with earth honoring traditions. Basically before settlement or Christianity came to whatever part of the world your ancestors were in. Some very cool energies and ancestors step forward for people when they do this. And really the framework that I teach is to connect with your own earth honoring ancestors, and then connect with the earth honoring ancestors who are on the land where you live, and then everybody can work together. And this is where we talk more about cultural appropriation, not culturally appropriating traditions that don't belong to your ancestral line, and how to manage all of that, how to do all of that. So that's all in that module. We also talk about ceremonies and altars, and kind of how to work with the nature spirits and spirits of the land through ceremonies and altars. After that, we get into earth energies, aligning with earth energies. So that's when we talk about the Earth's living library, what that is, how you work with it, ley lines, which aren't quite a thing like they used to be, but the information is still really valid, and there's still a lot of information out there that people are curious about. And so we talk about that in this module, along with working in other dimensions. I made a new video on the Earth's new multi-dimensional Stargate system. This whole new network of Stargates opened in January this year. And so I made a video about that and a meditation where you can experience them. And also the meditation with the big yellow portal here on my property is in that module as well. And then we get into the final triangle on, this, which is Dream a New World. And so the first module in that is becoming a multi-dimensional. So we talk all about working with time and space. In this module, what time is, what timelines are, how to remove old timelines. There's been a lot of that happening this year. A lot of people are being asked to do that. And so there is a meditation that walks you step by step how to do that with timelines, removing old timelines. Then we have embodying the pillar of light. This is the healing work. So if you're feeling called to do any kind of energy or healing work with the land, that's all in this module. So there's preparing for healing work and methods of healing that I talk about. We go through clearing and shifting energy, and also how to cross spirits over. That was one of the questions last night about helping spirits cross over. So yes, we do that. There is a meditation that walks you through it. Most people are very nervous to do it, and then do it and say, oh my gosh, that wasn't hard at all. So it really is a compassionate thing to be able to offer to spirits that you might interact with while you're doing this work. And then I have a full meditation that is a guided property reading and healing. It walks you through doing a property reading so that you can understand how to do that. I also give you my worksheet that I use when I'm doing property readings for people, all in that module. And then finally, there's Activate Your Ascension contract, which is just really talking about sharing your healing gifts with the world, concerns and fears that most of us have to work through, and how to do that and how to think about it. Rochelle's asking me, what do you mean about ley lines not being a thing anymore? So the earth energies have shifted a lot in the last few years. And so ley lines, in the way that they have been kind of historically talked about. I don't have a book here. There's a book I recommend in the course about this that really goes into the history and talks all about how this got there. But many of those energies, we've just shifted to a new grid system is basically what's happened. As we are bringing in new timelines, as energies are shifting, as we're shifting to this new earth crystalline grid system, the ley lines just aren't functional in the same way that they have been in the past. Hopefully that's helpful and explains. But basically we have new grids, new things. And we talk about that and have meditations that goes through that in the earth energies section. So that's a lot. And that's why I changed it from calling it a 7-week course, because it's a lot to go through every single week. I added 2 new modules, and now it's just a 9-module course that you go through at your own pace. And they do build on each other. They're meant to go through in order, but if there's something in particular, that you're super interested in, you could go straight to that. Once you join, it unlocks all of the content at once. So you can go through it in whatever order and at whatever pace feels comfortable to you. And then there is a bonus mini course that's included in here as well from one of my mentors, Sarah Petruno, who used to teach all of this stuff and have all of this on her blog. And she removed it all. She doesn't have it anymore. And so, but she shared it with me to be able to share it with you. This particular course that she used to have called Shamanic Journeying 101. And so if you're new to journeying, this is a great way to learn. So it's an ebook that explains all about how this works, the different worlds in shamanism, and how to journey. And then there are 2 meditations, one to journey to the upper world and one to journey to the lower world. So it's how I got started learning and understanding all of this. And so I was excited to be able to share it with you. So you get that as well. You also get, oh, I should have grabbed it. I don't have it right next to me. An Earth Tenders mug that I will mail you. You get a nice little gift in the mail. And then the new thing that I just added that is only going to be available for basically everybody who's ever joined the Earth Tenders Academy up until Tuesday, excuse me, the last day of June is when I'll cut it off. We're going to have an Earth Tenders Academy retreat online in September. So I'm cutting it off at the end of June to give new people enough time to go through the material and be comfortable with it before the retreat. Because in the retreat, we will do property readings together. We'll practice more of these skills and work together. And so I just want to make sure people have time to do that. So if you want to come to the retreat, you need to join before Tuesday. And then, what time is it right now? We're counting down the time. It's 9:20 here. So 40 more minutes until the cutoff. That the price is going to change because I went back and added a bunch more new content to the course, shifted all around, really just made it align with the new energy of 2020 because things have shifted so much. The price is changing to reflect that this morning. So if you want the old price, you've got 40 more minutes to hop in and get that. But the retreat is available through Tuesday, and I have some other fun stuff coming. But as long as you're in, you'll get all the fun stuff that's coming too. So don't feel like you're going to miss out on anything. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, I did want to say that I have been hopping on video chats with some of the past students and asking them about their experiences in the course. And I put it all up on a page on my website. So if you want to hear what other people have to say who have gone through the course already, I put the link in the description of the video here. And you can go check it out. So, all right, I thank you guys for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope to see some of you in the Earth Tenders Academy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.